Hello, this is Ozie Cargile, and this is a quick lesson tutorial, part of the Learning Piano for Songwriters and Composers program. The piece that we're going to learn today is Welcome to Jurassic Park, a wonderful work by composer John Williams, absolutely one of my favorites, and one that I've received a lot of requests for. I actually want to show you something here. This is my Jurassic Park songbook. I've had this since I was 11 years old, definitely a treasure over the last 17 years of my music career, and something that you want to get. Go out, buy a copy of the songbook. At the very least, get a single for Welcome to Jurassic Park. Following with the sheet music is going to be your ultimate guide in terms of the details in this piece, things that I can't necessarily show you just learning how to play it by ear or by sight. Nevertheless, we're going to do the best that we can do. And the first thing that you need to know when playing this piece is that it is in the key of D major. Okay, now this video presumes that you have gone through the tutorials and that you know the D major scale and the chords and inversions for those chords from that scale. However, to review, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Okay, so those are notes in the D major scale, and the chords are the D major chord, the E minor chord, F sharp minor chord, the G major chord, the A major chord, B minor chord, and the C sharp diminished, back to the D there. And of course, those chords have sevenths that go with them. So like I said, if you don't know that, definitely go to learningpianonow.com and do your homework so that you can understand the terminology that we're going to be using referring to these chords. Okay, so now Jurassic Park, the part that we're going to learn, is set up into 5 sections, and we're going to name those A through F. I'm at 6 sections. And each section has basically 32 beats in it. Okay, so we're going to break those down into subsections of 8. So follow along with me. I'm going to show you the left hand chords and the right hand melody for every 8 beats. We'll put those together and then we'll move on to the next 8. All right, here we go. The first chords that you need to know are these: D9, D suspended, and D major 7. Let's go over the notes. D9 here, D major chord with a 9th in the middle, D, E, F sharp, A, D suspended, that F sharp having moved up to a G, D, E, G, A, down to D major 7 in second inversion with an A on the bass, A, C sharp, D, F sharp. Okay, and the count goes as follows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you notice that we arpeggiated the last chord, playing the bass and then adding on top of that the top 3 notes of the chord. Let's do that one more time, starting with the D9, 1, 2, suspended, 3, 4, D9, 1, 2, suspended, 3, 4, and 2. In that first 8 beats. Now the melody here pretty much oscillates between D and C sharp. We use the D and then the combination of D, C sharp to lead into the various beats of the progression. I'm going to play it and then we'll lay the notes on top. 1, 2, E and a 3, 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So we start off with D in the thumb. Okay. Play the second chord and use D, C sharp to lead into the third chord. Play the fourth, D sharp again, D and C sharp again, moving into the next chord. Now we're going to anticipate with an E, land on the second chord, and the G. Chord number 3, and then for F sharp and D with the top 3 notes all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, anticipate with the G up. Moving on to the next 8 beats, here are your left hand chords. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's break that down. You start off with the D suspended. Okay, that's a chord we learned previously. And you're going to play a A in the bass for beat number 2. So 1, 2, and just before we get to beat number 3, we're going to play playing the major chord here and lead into another suspension. Playing that A again, that fragmentation here, just the D and the F sharp from that D major 7 earlier. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and now to a G in first inversion, B, D, G, D major 7, A, C sharp, D, F sharp, E minor 7, okay, G, B, D, E, and that's in first inversion, A, okay, singular A. All right, so the melody then begins as an arpeggiation of an A major chord in the right hand, E, C sharp, A. Notice how those A's come down together. Then we use the F sharp and the D with the playing D chord, landing on an E again for the suspension. And then when we do those two notes there in the bass, D and F sharp, we're going to add a D and A here, fifth in the right hand. Landing on the G for the G chord, anticipating with the F sharp. Landing on F sharp with the D major 7, anticipating with the E. Landing on the E for the E minor 7, and then the A. So all together. So if I play those two sections right there together, those two parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, arpeggiate, suspend, suspend again, down to G, D major, E to the A. Then we're going to move to the next section, okay? Here are the chords for that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now don't let the arpeggiations complicate you there. Pretty much what you have is 1, 2, 3, 4, just like we had at the beginning. Only arpeggiate those chords 1 and 2 and, playing the outside note D and A with the inside note E and F sharp. Okay, so that's for the D9, 1 and 2 and 3. And the same thing for the suspended, playing the outside notes E and A and the E and the G on the inside. So 3 and 4, and when we move to the next 4 beats here, 1 and same thing, arpeggiation there. Instead of doing the D suspended though, what we're going to do is we're going to play just the fifth, the outsides there, and fill it in with an A in the bass. So, and then we're actually going to play an E minor 7 here in second inversion, B, D, E, G, of course playing the outside, arpeggiating the inside, and then we're going to play a D major chord in second inversion here, 2 A's on the outside, D and F sharp in the inside. So all together, 1 and 2 and 3, and back to the D, special for the suspended, E minor to the D. Okay. Now, the melody here is exactly the same from the beginning. So 1, 1, like that. Let's break that down and count it slowly. So 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a. Just like that, moving along to the next 8 beats, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this section begins with the suspended moving down to the A, right in the middle of the beat, 1 and 2, and then we're going to play this D major chord, moving up into 3 and 4. And so pretty much you're doing the same thing twice. Da, dum, dee, da, D, and then you move to the G major chord, but arpeggiate it here by playing the bottom two notes with the G, the D major 7 now, though without the D in the middle. Now to the E minor chord, and then we're actually going to play an A chord on the bottom, not just one A. So all together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, and the melody, of course, is the melody that we learned before. So we're going to start with the arpeggiation of that A major chord in the right hand. F sharp D, landing on the E fifth with the anticipations. Now you'll notice this here sort of has two voices. Like that. Okay, so the way I do that is I just kind of hold down on the notes moving up. So that last section there we have. Altogether, this concludes the first section of Jurassic Park. It's the opening theme. So we're going to play this all together here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, and 1. Moving along, arpeggiations. Suspended, down, okay, so now here's the B section. We just did the A section, here's the B section. We're actually going to move into a different mode here. We're in the B major, the key of B major. There's the B major scale there, and we're going to play a B9. Okay, C sharp in the middle, B, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, which moves to a B suspended. Okay, and ultimately that's going to move to a C9, C, D, E, G, and an A major chord, A, C sharp, E, A. So if we break it down into just the beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But of course, this is arpeggiated in the sheet music, so it sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Definitely a technique that you want to learn in terms of arpeggiating chords, playing the outside notes and then the inside notes. Okay, and when we add the melody here, it's kind of like the first theme, but it's actually a secondary theme. Okay, so we start with D and C sharp, moving up to B, E, F sharp, down to C. Do it again. Gonna leap up to the F sharp, G, A, E. So if I do the count, 1, 1. A couple things to anchor you here. You start with the B and the F sharp, and when you get into those two middle notes for the arpeggiation, you're going to play your D sharp and C sharp, and then come back to the B and F sharp outline, and then just like that, B, E for the inside notes, E and F sharp, just like that, so all together. Do it again. Then when you move up to the C9 with the G, A, just like that. Okay, A on the outside. So I play that all together. Okay, so now the next section breaks down like this. Pretty much you have two voices going back and forth in the left hand. We start with the D chord and play the A arpeggiation down. And then we're going to play, this is actually same as the D chord, but we're going to break it up like this. So E and A and D. Then F sharp minor, down to the A. Do it again. This is a B minor, but actually suspended it. Laying down the D, all the way down to the F sharp, G, A. So we just looked at the top notes. It would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the second voice is just kind of repeating this A like that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, F sharp, G to A. Okay, so now the melody here is the same that we learned when we oscillated to the B, but now we're going to play this on in the D major scale. So okay, so those notes, F sharp, moving from E back to F sharp. Okay, D, A, down to the F sharp, up to C sharp, octave leap down. Then we're actually going to jump up even higher. D, C sharp, D, down to D, G. We will land on the G, G, F sharp, and then an A chord there. So all together. All right, so that's the B section. I'm going to play that one more time. I'm going to play that one more time. All right, so let's move on to the C section. We begin with the rolling bass line. I actually have a tutorial on this on learningpianonow.com, so you want to check that out. But basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing a D major chord here, stretched out to a 10th, D, A, F sharp, come back down to the A, then that F sharp is going to move up to a G, come back down to the A. Then what you're going to do is you're going to oscillate between D and A, and then you're going to move, stretching all the way up to the A, back down to the D. So counting it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and one more time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2, and all the way up to that A, come down to the D. The right hand is going to restate the melody that we learned at the beginning, but now with the outline of a D in first inversion with the F sharp on the bottom. So 1, 2, notice how the F sharp moved down to the E, then up to the G. Full chord here, D in first inversion, D, E minor to G, F sharp, A, D, G, B, E, B, D, G, just like that. Okay, putting those two together, 1 and 2E and a 3 and 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4E. Okay, you notice how we have that F sharp and D when we move down to the A and then down to the D, just like that. Okay, one more time, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2. Okay, now this is actually a dominant 7, and in the bass line we have just this A, octave lead 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So your focus really here is the right hand. Started with the A dominant 7, outlined here, G, A, E, putting the C sharp in the middle to arpeggiate that A chord coming down to the A, connecting with the A in your bass. So one more time. Then we're going to play the 5th at the top. And here we have a G major, moving to the F sharp minor. This is actually E minor 7, though, with a G in the bass. Moving up, okay, to the E. So all together, that's going to be 1. Having the G and the E at the top, and then we're going to change it up a little bit. G here, fully there, G in the left hand, B, D, G, D outlining here with G and D in the middle. Come down to an A. Anticipate with a full F sharp minor chord. Same thing in the left hand, A, C sharp, F sharp here, C sharp's outlining, F sharp and A here. Landing on an E minor chord here in the left hand and the right, G, B, E, B's outlining, E and G in the middle. Then an A here, moving down to another A, use your thumb. Okay, you're gonna have an A chord there. And then an octave leap down. When you finally get to that A all the way down there, you're gonna play a D, C sharp like that. So it sounds like this. Just like that. All together, C section sounds like this. And we're moving down into the D section. Okay, so now in this section, the left hand's pretty simple. You can start off with a power chord, D and A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move along, F sharp, G to A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You play that twice, okay? The right hand starts off with that outline of the D chord in first inversion again, using the second finger to come to the A and then land down on an E minor chord here, G, B, E, G at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to the next measure where you're going to be doing the walk up here in the bass, you're actually playing the outline of a D major 7, F sharp and C here with D and A in the bass, just like that. Use your C sharp to move up to your D. Then we're going to come down to this D chord, A's outlining, F sharp in the bass. Okay, repeating that D in the middle. Then we're going to go to a G suspended here. That's a G in the bass, D, G, C, just like that. Then an A dominant 7, A, E, G, A, just like that. And then we're going back to our D, C sharp motif. So all together. Repeat it. Last time you're going to play a full G chord and an A chord just like that. G chord, D outlining, G and B in the middle. Then simple A chord here in second inversion, E, A, C sharp. Okay, so all together that section sounds like this. Moving on into the next section here, we're going to be playing an octave here in the right hand, D and C sharp as we've been doing all along, but we're going to land on a full D major chord, D, F sharp, A, D, just like that. Come down to another D chord, okay, but omit the F sharp, just the A, D, A is on the outside like that. And land on the G chord, G, B, D, G, just like that. Repeat it. Now we're going to use the C sharp to lead up into the A as we did before, but notice how we got the single A in the middle, holding that down with my second finger. Down to the D octave, and then we're going to come up to the G suspended now, but with the C's outlining and a single G in the middle, so it sounds like this. Just like that. Okay, so now the left hand is doing some fancy work here, but we're going to break it down. We're going to count it 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1. 2, 3, do it again. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1. 2, 3, 4. Now the second time it actually changes a little bit, and I'm going to go over that. Basically what you're doing is you're playing a D, then F sharp G. You can do that with the second and the thumb, and then leap over here, probably with your middle finger, G, A, so you can get right back down to that D. Count is 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a octave up to F sharp. Do it again. So let's play those all together. So you see how I did that pause there in the left hand movement. I waited until I got actually to the A chord here. I'm going to turn the page so I can give the proper instruction here. So G, then D. When you get to the A in the right hand, move up from the G to the A, just like that. And then we're going to land. So pretty much what we do here is D, C sharp, up to D, double D, C sharp, double D, octave down. Okay, so if I play the full section there, we have okay, moving along to section E here, we start with a G major chord, and the count is as follows. We're pretty much going to hold on to this G and the D, just an outline of that G major chord, using the thumb to move up to E and F sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat 1, 2, change it, 3, 4. Okay, it'll make more sense when we add the melody to it. Okay, so the melody here is B moving from A back to B, G, C, C, D, D, A. Doing it again. G to D, A, okay, over the C, A flat and E flat over the C. This is actually an A flat major chord in first inversion. Okay, and then we move to an F chord here, F octave in the bass, A and C in the right hand. So all together, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay, then we go to the next part. This is the rolling bass line again. We're going to start with a rolling a B flat major chord, B flat F, D, back down to the F, do it again. Then we're going to do a D minor. That last arpeggiation moves all the way up through these notes, D, A, D, F, just like that. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, just like that. One more time. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And the right hand's going to play our counter melody in the key of B flat. So D, C sharp, D, D, C, D, B flat up to the F, D, A, coming down, again octave lead. So one more time slowly. Then we'll land on a G minor chord here, G and D in the left hand, G and B flat in the right. We'll come all the way up here for the right hand to complete the melody. B flat, A, B flat, B flat, E. Now we're going to play a C minor 7, C in the bass, G, B flat, E flat, back up to the F. And we're going to land on the F chord. Okay, so that subsection there. All together. Okay, now this is probably one of the most challenging parts of the piece, but it's actually one of the most beautiful parts as well. Okay, so we have a D chord here, moving into different variations of the D chord, and I'm just going to go through all of these rolling bass lines here slowly. The first one is this. Okay, so D, A up to F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A. The next one is the suspended version of the chord. Okay, so D, A, E, G, A, D, A. Just like that. So the two together. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to move through part of the first one. Okay, there's 1 E and a, 2 E and. Okay, that's your D suspended there. D, G, A, D. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Then we're coming back down to the D, just like that. So very customized. All together slowly. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E just like that. And then the melody from the beginning is placed right over there. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and one more time. It can be hard to play and talk at the same time. But that's pretty much how that breaks down, okay? So rewind that if you need to and go through all of those. And then to complete the second part of the phrase, okay, we have a D major 7 outlined, but without the F sharp, up to a G. Okay, and then we're going to come to a D here, part of the D major 7 again, with the 5th at the top. G, anticipating with the F sharp, A and C sharp in the bass, then B and D in the bass, and roll an A chord. So the bass line would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay, so adding the melody. So really take your time to do this part. So we're coming from slow it down. Okay, and to the end we have octave again. And you kind of hold this, I kind of hold it anyway. Really, you're just supposed to hold the D, which is the chorus line. Okay, just as we learned at the beginning, but it's a single line melody. And then the left hand does this arpeggiation, 1 E and a 2, coming down, D, A, F sharp, A, landing on the G. Then you repeat the same thing up an octave, D, A, F sharp, A, G. So 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, and combine that with the melody. 1 E and, just like that. I'll do it one more time slowly. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and. Okay, so now here we just arpeggiated a full D major chord, D, F sharp, A, D, and when we come down to our A in the melody, we're going to come up to an F sharp, and you're actually going to cross the hands just like that. It's kind of cool to get that 5th leap that we've been doing throughout the whole piece. Okay, and then back to our G suspended, and then here now an A suspended. All together it is. Okay, then to complete the melody we have D major in the bottom, still playing the chorus. Okay, we're going to play an E and a G here. D here in second inversion, A, D, F sharp. Okay, and then this is A suspended. Back to the D. So then C sharp leading up into D. coming down. Here's the full chords. Okay, so A, D, G, B, D, G, D, and then down to A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, and ending with an F sharp and an A, outlining that D major chord in a slow arpeggiation, D, A, D, S sharp, A, D, S sharp, A, D. Pretty much a full arpeggiation of the D major chord there. So that is the whole of Welcome to Jurassic Park. This has been a monstrous tutorial. Something that you'll definitely have to watch a couple times and would work wonderfully as a guide to the sheet music that you're going to go out there and get. Of course, if you have any questions, you can post those to oziecargile.com, and I'll do my best to try to answer them. Thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoyed this quick lesson.